Ancient Athens, birthplace of democracy. A word that comes from the Greek demokratia, meaning rule of the people. Here, an elected council of 500 citizens is meeting to debate everything from foreign policy to democracy itself. People of the council, if you please, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Pericles, defender of democracy, the people's rule, a government of citizens, the people's tool.
Oh, and right in the middle of the big Pericles song and dance number.
I'll get it.
Oh, why, thank you, Fred. Now, while Fred is fixing the projector, let's fast forward to the late 18th century. With the end of the American Revolution, the first modern democracy was born. And to this day, in democracies around the world, everyone has a say in government and expresses this right by voting in elections. And of course, we'll all get a chance to see the democratic process at work when our two candidates for school president, Ruby Snarkus and Billy O'Toole, campaign like real politicians.
Does that mean they're gonna badmouth each other like the politicians on TV?
No way. This is going to be a good, clean campaign. Right, Ruby?
Right. May the best person win. Wonder how long that's gonna last.
Vote for O'Toole. Don't be a fool. Vote for O'Toole. Don't be a fool. Vote for O'Toole.
Zap Zappa-doobie, vote for Ruby. Zap Zappa-doobie, vote for Ruby. Hi, Billy. How's your campaign going?
Great. My unofficial polls put me in the lead. But don't worry. There's still plenty of campaigning to go.
Oh, I'm not worried. My opinion polls put me way in front. Good luck.
Well, good luck.
Zap Zappa-doobie, vote for Ruby.
Vote for
Zap
Oh,
Zappa-doobie.
wasting their time campaigning when the race has already been won by the last person they'd ever expect. Atticus, you're missing your cues.
Sorry, Phantom. From the top.
The race has already been won by the last person they'd ever expect.
And who might that be, Phantom?
Me! Oh, long have I waited for this day to come. Years after my one and only failed election bid.
It's time for the election results. But before I proceed, I'd like to thank both candidates for school president, Earl P. Sidebottom and Mr. Whiskers, our class hamster. Mr. Whiskers receives... Oh, my! It looks like every vote in the class. And Earl receives... Oh, no votes. But wait, someone did leave him a little something. Oh, Mr. Whiskers.
I was so caught up in the excitement that I even forgot to vote for myself. But this time, things will be different. Atticus, we petitioned to put my name on the ballot last week. I should have received a response by now. Bills, bills, bills. Ah, a letter from Flying Rhino Junior High. Read it to me.
Dear Sewer, yes, sir. We are unable to grant your request as you are no longer a student of Flying Rhino Junior High. Nevertheless, we were impressed with your petition, particularly the support shown you by the likes of Abraham Lincoln and Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile.
Didn't I tell you to make up names for the petition?
Yeah, but using real names was so much easier.
You fool! They'll regret this. I'll make a mockery of their little democratic election and see to it that neither of their precious candidates wins.
But if they don't win, then who will? Somebody's gotta win.
And so concludes my presentation on mudslinging in politics.
Yeah!
Fred, when we refer to politicians mudslinging, we mean that they are saying bad things about each other. They don't sling real mud. By the way, where did you put the goldfish? Never mind. Let's move on. It's time for our two candidates to present their election platforms. Remember, no one's a winner when you don't play fair.
What? That goes against everything I stand for as an evil genius villain.
The rules are no mudslinging. Now, who has a question for the candidates?
Hey, I'd like a new class mascot. Something a little livelier, like, say, a ferocious crazed squirrel, or one of those squealing wild pigs.
If I'm elected, my first act as school president will be to get us a ferocious crazed squirrel.
Yeah! Way to go!
If I'm elected, I'll get the ferocious crazed squirrel and a wild pig with horns, and maybe even one of those lizards that bite and won't let go, even if you cut off their heads.
Speaking of lizards, did you know my opponent mails herself extra cards on Valentine's Day just so she can look more popular?
Remember the time someone set off a stink bomb in the music room and we all had to stay after school? Well, it turns out that someone was Billy O'Toole.
My opponent copied off Lydia during the last chemistry test.
Shutting down this school will be easier than I thought.
My opponent pretended he was sick so he wouldn't have to take the test.
Liar!
Cheater!
No mudslinging.
Now that is a major mudslinging.
Hey, good thing it's not real mud.
Class, I want you to welcome Hubert R. Dewey. Hubert just transferred over from Butternut Creek Junior High.
I'd like to announce my candidacy for school president. And I want to start off by promising more junk food for the cafeteria and better desserts.
Yeah!
Empty promises.
And a new couch with magic fingers for the teacher's lounge.
Oh!
I'll fight for less homework. I'll demand more field trips. I will shut down the school and turn it into a museum honoring the greatest villain who ever lived.
Yeah!
What was that last one?
So, ask not what your school can do for you, ask what you can do for me. And since you're asking, a vote for Hubert R. Dewey is a vote for me.
I don't know who he is, but I hate him already.
Yes!
Yoo-hoo! Phantom!
That's Phantom!
Right? Phantom! Tha! Phew! My allergy to latex is really kicking in, and I'm breaking out in a terrible rash. When I come down, you'll have to help me put ointment on those hard-to-reach spots.
I'm eating.
Sorry.
I see everything is going according to plan. With me as your campaign manager, it will only be a matter of time before you are...
School president!
Today, flying Rhino Junior High. Tomorrow, Arkansas. And next, the world!
According to these polls, your popularity has been dropping ever since you started this negative campaign against Billy. Keep this up, and you'll hand Hubert the victory. And if he wins, he'll turn the school into a creepy old museum.
Some people will say anything to get elected. As your new campaign manager, my advice is to stop your dirty campaign. It's like cheating in a baseball game. Sure, you may win, but do you really want to win this way? Excuse me, I was here first.
But I reserved the cafeteria first.
Well, I don't care. I'm giving my speech anyway.
So am I.